With it right here with who I started with, be something like a Spartan. It's going hard regardless. I'm from the 826 plus 5. Mo bitches, 8 Central Coast, mob and suicide. Always arsonist. I step in the booth and cast. I gotta keep it lit. Engineer all my music. I work hard at this.
That's right, and we're back live on Chicano Tube, live on Chicano Street. If you didn't know what Chicano Street is, almost every city in California has a Chicano Street. That's when you turn onto it, and then all of a sudden you start seeing Ben Davis, Dickies, Pendletons, hairnets, tank tops, and all that good stuff. And it is what it is. This is what we do. This is what we know. This is our experience. So, gracias to all the day oneers. Of course, everyone inside the members only are the backbone of the community. Enjoying CCSOF part 3. It just went down. Enjoy that one. And then we'll start talking about what we got coming up next week. So I didn't even know what I was going to talk about today. I probably got about maybe 30 minutes. And so I went ahead and just went in my DMs because, you cabrones be sending me clips. I appreciate it too, because just like right now, I'm like, what am I going to talk about? I didn't have the content. And then I went in my DMs and there was the content. Plenty of content in the DMs all the time. So, anyways, and what the reason we're gonna speak on this issue is never. It's never. I want to preface it by saying this. Okay, so people don't get it twisted. Okay, we don't operate like a lot of cabrones. A lot of cabrones are on the internet. Well, for one, for clout, right? Two could be, hey, platform grow, big numbers, and numbers, right? Or whatever it is. It floats your boat and it's your hobby, right? We don't come on the internet to start fires. O sea, we don't put fires where there's no sparks, just like the banner says right there. But that I got it 3, 4, 5 times. I said, you know what? Before one of these cabrones jumps ahead and starts a fire, and we have, I mean, do I need to name the examples? There's been examples of podcasters on the internet saying, you know what, we got a big issue with them saying this word, or we got a big issue with them calling people this name. We got issues, and it's not even their issues. It's Mexican issues, and they're not Mexican. But again, it is what it is. But before it even gets to that, because some of these cabrones, again, they want the views and the content, so they're going to talk about whatever, right? For views and content. I mean, for views and numbers. Before they start a fire with it, I'm going to go ahead and get on Chicano Street, and we're going to talk about it righteously, righteously, unbiasedly. We're going to talk about it objectively. All right. Does it really impact you in your real life? Or is it just internet shit that you should learn to leave on the internet when you hit the X and turn off your phone, right? So let's go ahead and get into it. But again, happy Friday. Thank God it's Friday. I think that's not the politically correct way to say it, right? They'll probably say thank goodness or thank maybe another G, but here somos cristianos. I've already said it. I said it on a short that lightweight went viral. O sea, some of the biggest Raza pages, 200,000 300,000 followers on IG, 3,000 followers, 100,000 followers on TikTok. They shared it, right? And people were commenting because, when you want to speak the Bible, and when you want to speak the Bible, boom, that's when you get the biggest target on you. Well, look at you. Look at your shirt. He took a drink of a beer. You know what? That was a heat wave day too. I mean, I'm just gonna keep it a buck. That was a heat wave day. I like some of the comments though. I think my favorite comment was, "But he's Mexican, so Modelo to a Mexican is like water." I think that was my, I think that was my favorite comment. So no, we're gonna try to get ahead before these pendejos try to gaslight anything, and we're gonna let you know from the Raza's perspective. You know what I mean? I know you guys rock with me and fuck with me. A lot of the reason is because you don't see me with 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Well, I'm on the fence, right? I'm on the fence. I still want to be a tough guy. But I also want to be a civilian activist, humanitarian, and helping the city. None of that bullshit, right? Let's keep it straight. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it authentic, and let's keep it original, right? So people send me a clip. That's right, Miss Chicano too, first in the building, super moderator. She has a super wrench. You know what that's the reason, gente, that the wrenches they had to be reset is because YouTube added another tier of chat security. I don't know what you want to call it, chat moderation, and it's called the managing moderator. And you guys could look it up. So since they added that tier, Miss Chicano 2, boom, got put right there, and it reset the rest of the wrenches. But we'll be giving them back. You know what I mean? Wrench or not, it don't make you a bigger supporter or not. I mean, I don't really want to show. I mean, there should be no differences in the levels, right? Obviously, if you join the members only, that highlights you. You know, then you get inside the members only, enjoy the fights, enjoy the behind the scenes content, all the other content that'll never be on YouTube, or any kind of questions that I get asked. Boom, they get answered in the question in the members only, right? But that's right, Daniel Berry, my boy. I appreciate you. I don't want to get lost in the comments. I want to keep on this video, right? Chilango too. That's right. He's in this thing. He got on. He's got it blasted on him. Distrito Federal. He's got that blasted on him, right? Man, speaking of that, I'm putting off going back for the rest of the cover up sessions because it's like, damn, man, duele ahora, man. I'm 40 something, man, and I think the needles got sharper, and those blackout shaders, they're like hair clippers, and I'm just keeping it a buck, man. Someone said, that's not Mikey in the fight highlights because his arms aren't blacked out. And that's not true. That clip is from 2019. Okay. And so back then I did, it was before COVID, didn't even cover nothing up. This barely started happening when? Early this year, I think. Carlos, that's right. Castellano steps in the building. He says, not true, Mike. In East LA, we have Chicano Boulevard. Is that right? Well, it came across my feed, cabron. That have you seen the IG page Chicano Boulevard? There's a pretty big one, and I think they're based out of Houston, but I could be wrong because I remember I clicked on it and I looked at their posts, right? They had a lot of rallies, a lot of meetups, a lot of just, pinchy Santa Fe swap meet, little, parranderas, but I couldn't find an address on there. And then finally, on one of the posts, I saw that they put Texas, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's Texas. So, hey, a lot of the people say the Pachuco movement and even the Chicano movement. Some people say the roots are in Texas. I'd love to have a Chicano professor come on, and that way we can really drill and break down. Of course, I can always pull up information, and we could always research it together. I don't need someone else to come on the platform, but I would like a professor to come on and maybe enlighten us a little bit, right? Would that be great? Level 2 Watson. Árale, cabrón. Last time, for some reason, I thought it was Watson. Watson. I guess I'm so 831. The youngsters say. The youngsters say this over here. I'm so 831 that, and then you fill in the blank. I can say I'm so 831 that every time I read something, it's 88. It comes off 831 to me. But no, I see what you're saying. Watson, that dude, he comes off like he never did go to a 2. He came off like he was always on a 180. But I hope. Anyways, you're being a respectful way. Only issue I have is when someone calls him themselves brown and is a super light khaki color, kind of like identity crisis. So this is, and I'm gonna go back to. I haven't even started talking about Kendrick Lamar, the video, and trying to cut off the pendejos before they gaslight and try to bring the raza in their issue. We'll get to that, okay? See, this is what happens when I start getting in the chat. So I had Kiawi on there, and Kiawi he said on the podcast, he said, "Hermano," he goes, "Open up a box of crayons, grab the color brown. How close is that to your skin?" And I had to keep it real. I'm like, well, that shit is like maybe maybe 3 shades darker, right? Kiawi's brown. And I said, I'm probably like 3 shades darker. And then I had a caller, and then the caller had an issue with that, and then tried to throw a jacket on him. And maybe we'll talk about that, man. Maybe we'll talk about that. It was level 2 West Watson stirring shit up right here. If you were born and raised in America, you are not Mexican. And I see where you're coming from, cabron. I definitely see where you're coming from. Basically, at the end of the day, West is you're putting labels on the can. So it just depends how many labels you want on the can. You want to put one label, or if you want to be that individual that says, I have the truth. You know what I'm saying? I am the truth, or whatever, No one else, if anyone else sees it different, then chingado con ellos, and you have the truth. If you have that view, I can't help you. Then you're going to see things how you going to see things. You know what I mean? But anyways, that's right. St. Cal's tapping in. That's right, my boy. My arms and my face are brown, but when I take off my shirt, hey, that's like the majority of construction workers, carnal. That's like the majority of blue collar workers. They got the Oakley tan. You know what I mean? The Oakley tan is the eyes are white way. You know what I mean? And there's a line going behind the ear. The Oakley tan. You know what I mean? Que gacho, man. You gotta watch for those tan lines, man. No, I don't even. That's why I'm doing the blackout sessions. I want to do the blackout sessions before I even, you know, take off my shirt. And that was another reason. Embarrassing shit, man. People aren't embarrassed, right? There's 50-year-old thugs, there's 60-year-old tough guys on the internet. The most worst, horrible example for the kids, absolutely, because you're making them just because you're the few that aren't at the cemetery, just because you're the few that didn't catch an L, possibly because you didn't go hard enough. But I'll hold. It's a bad example for the kids, man. They're acting. Well, anyways, okay, let's switch that off. I don't even know how I got into that. Damn, HCB chemistry. I'm making a ham. He's gonna glaze that shit. Put that honey glaze on. Don't forget, you need to put a can of cherries. Wait, una lata de cherries, and then put another can of pineapple chunks. Boom. Do those two things. You'll thank me later. Wait, California. Hey, well, that's right. Wait, that's right. So we go to Chicali about twice a year. Wait, the wife has family. Okay, in Chicali. Wait. The Raza was the one that built the new port of entry under Trump 45 when they put money into the border. Dude, that made that pinche Chicali port of entry and made it like 5 times faster. People were saying. Remember they didn't used to have that tunnel that goes underground and then comes up. And then when you came up the port of entry, it didn't have 20 lines before. It used to only have like 8, maybe 10. Now it has like 20 lines, and then the whole new building where you cross on La Pata, Pata, is faster. Boom, you could just scan something, beep, you're in. But I'll hold. Respect to Houston. Yeah, but you're right, man. Chicano headquarters, I even have to say this, is LA. It is LA. Everywhere you grow up, though, has a special place in your heart, right? I just happened to grow up in a place that had United Farm Worker headquarters. We were the end of La Corrida run. La Corrida run, infamous from Yuma to Salinas. That's why they know us, really. The Yuma to Salinas run. Boom. I grew up in a time where it was raza everywhere, man. Everywhere. So it looked like East LA. And if it didn't, I tell you the truth. I would tell you, I grew up in a little boondock town. Nothing was happening. Fucking, we used to go cow tipping. How boring the pinchy town. I would have told you that. But I grew up in a hustling and bustling population of no more than 200K town. And I would say maybe in the beginnings, it was probably half Raza, 50%. But now with the new census, I think we're a strong 75% of the city. Strong, strong, strong. Anyways, don't need a wrench, Mike. Yeah, that's right, my boy. Shit, we met up in person, cabron. That's right, and let's plan that out for next year, cabron. San Pedro or the other lakes. Just let me know, cabron, ahead of time, so I could just send you the feria, and then let me know. Let's put the number together, but we got to put it on the calendar way, and I'm gonna bring the whole familia, and let's do that for next year because now it's the cold temperature, carnal. But you do it big, that's why. Wait, tienes lanchas. Tienes barco. You have all that shit, man. So shout out to SoCal, man. That's a day oneer. All right, let's go back to the before they light fires on the internet. We're trying to beat this off, beat it at the pass before one of these cabrones. You know what I'm talking about. Mostly Alvin. It's mostly Alvin that does this shit for views. Um, so Kendrick Lamar recently had a badass. Shout out to him, breakdancer Chicano on his music video, his latest music video. The song's okay. It's good. It's decent, right? Didn't make me do backflips. Kendrick Lamar. I mean, you guys would really slap the song "They Not Like Us." Would you really slap that in 415s? That's what I want to know. Would you really pull up to the red light and slap that on four? I don't know. But anyways, so he's cool, but I guess maybe he's doing a lot of numbers, right? So when you do a lot of numbers, that puts you on top automatically, right? I'm gonna put out my own list, man. I'm gonna put out my own top 10 list of Chicano rappers. I think I'm gonna do that, man. I just got that idea. I say there's about 85%. That's right, my boy. That's right, Goyo. You know what it is, cabron. Your hometown right there. All right. So they sent me the video, and there's already some videos out there, and it's captioning to start shit. They're trying to grab lighter fluid and try to put something because they need something to talk about, right? So basically, it's like the DMs were like, Mikey, what do you think about Kendrick Lamar putting a Chicano in his music video? They say he wasn't even at the video shoot, that he just did his shit with green screen, ain't really showing love. But most people are saying he's showing love, but it looks like, is he using the dude? Using the dude? Is he using the culture? They had a low rider hopping. They had a little setup. Okay, that's just it's part of his music video. And then I mean the Debbie Deb song, the freestyle song. That's like a Chicano banger too. Now I'm not talking about oldies or old school, but that's one of those songs. I grew up on oldies, old school, and freestyle, reggae, and of course we had some rap, but you know what it is. So that song right there, we claim the Raza claims that song. That's our song, man. That's an early '90s freestyle. That's a badass rola. So I think someone didn't mention that. What did you think about the song and everything like that? So first off, let's start it like this. Did I see anything offensive in the video? No. So stop right there, okay? Stop right there. Just because, and even if someone would have asked me, Mikey Tyga, he had a mariachi outfit. Is that something that's gonna trigger you? That wouldn't even trigger me. That wouldn't even trigger me. So this is what I'm saying. It's night and day. Is night and day to what some of these other cabrones would say, right? They would see that and be like, "Well, wait a second. There's an issue. We need to talk about an issue." Well, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Because if we were three, four of us pisteando, me, Sencal, Norby's, and Sanho Lifer. I'm four names that came to my mind. Estamos pisteando. We're at my padway. We're leaning back against my garage. We're on the outside of the pad. The cooler's right there, Modelos. We seen Tyga walking down the street in let's keep this a buck. And my Mexicanos will understand me. If you're not, maybe you have a different set of lenses, and that's all good. You know, you do you and see it however you want. Free country, right? But we're kicking back against the garage. We got a case of Modelos. This dude comes with the mariachi thing and he's walking down the fucking street, right? Tyga, right? What would the raza really do? I'm telling you, what would the raza? Now I can see all the other guys. Well, wait a second, no, 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 no. It's 2024. No, no, we can't have these things and stereotypes and tú y tu pinche stereotype. Stick it up your stereotype. Ya sabes. So what would happen? We would be kicking back. We'd see this dude. Obviously, he's not Mexican. Obviously, he look Africano, and he has a mariachi outfit. We start laughing. The raza will say, este güey, hijo de su chinga. And what else would we do? We'd offer him a fucking beer. Hey, come over here, cabron. Hey, kick back over here. But so do you see? Do you see clearly how the Raza's opinion, and if of course you grew up with a Mexican family, is what I'm talking about, and you might not identify with it, but do you see how the Raza's opinion is different from most of these pinchy podcasters trying to gaslight shit? But anyways, that's right, Leo M, my boy. That's right, my boy. Who is that? That is 8 Dirty 1. That's right, Cabron. And you're from right here. You're from the soil. Almost do these days online is argue to make out of petty shit. None of it matters in the end. Right. It's all entertainment. So hopefully if you're tuning into YouTube, it's entertaining, bro. Because if it's fucking not entertaining, if it ain't your cup of tea, it ain't your shit, then we're wasting time, man. And time's too precious, right? You could be grinding, or if you already grind so hard, you could be fucking enjoying some ESPN, Monday Night Football, downtime, or family time. That's more important, right? But anyways, that's right. I agree with you. We don't argue. So anyways, so does the Raza have an issue with Kendrick Lamar, and is he showing love? He's not showing love. Cut it out. There is no issues. Don't stir nothing up, nobody. Again, you do you. You do you. There is no issues. Guess what? The homie got paid. He's in a music video, and then he just came out on Hood Stocks. So shout out to Lucky, shout out to Hood Stocks. Why I respect Hood Stocks, man, is well, he's a man for one, and two is that he's authentic, man. He ain't trying to photocopy nobody. He don't matter if you give him Kendrick Lamar, interview, he'll fucking crash on it hard. He'll crash hard on it, and that's why people love him, because you already know that's the real, that's the uncut. It ain't watered down, right? So he interviewed him. So go to Hood Stocks, watch that interview. I haven't even seen it because damn, I guess it's been a long time since I had an hour to watch a video, man. A long time. But if you want to go and trip out on it, so no, all I see is the Chicano. He got a bag. He's getting paid for his time. He's getting his money. Just what about? It's kind of like when they were building the wall, but under 45. Okay, remember I was telling you I go to Chicali like twice a year. Guess who was building the pinchy wall? And they call it a wall. It's only like they're like slats, gente. They kind of go like 20, 30, 40 feet in the ground. They're like big long slats, but of course they connect and make it tight so no one could squeeze through. Who was doing most of the work? Let's keep that a buck. The Raza was. Who else? And was the Raza appreciative? Hell yeah. They'll make 1,000 fucking US dollars a week. Hell yeah. Most of them stacked up chips right there. They're probably able to buy a home. They're probably able to pay off some cars, buy some cars too. Why? And okay, and then someone on YouTube could be like, those guys right there. They have no love for their country. Those guys, right? Traitors. That's all I see is a shut your not in tune with the Raza, is what I'm saying. Some of these guys, they're not in tune. Well, if they're not Raza, then boop, I don't want to hear it. No, you're speaking for your group. Okay, cool. You let them know how you want them to vote. You persuade them how you want, but don't bring Mexicans in issues that are not. Congratulations to the breakdancer. He got broke off. Congratulations to his whole crew. Whoever the lowrider car owner was, he got a check for sure. And hopefully in the contract, they got some residuals, right? They got some residuals in the contract. That way they can have long-term cheddar, depending the numbers that the pinchy the song does and the show does. But do we see an issue with it? No. But do you guys see it like me, or is it just me? I mean, I'm telling you how I see it, things. And I'm telling you how La Raza would see things growing up, pues, Mexicano. Or no. Think how's that? Off of what, cabrón? That we tell the dude, hey, Kyle, give him a pisto and shit, a cold modelo, laugh and shit, and not even laughing at him. It's just funny, man. That's how we are, man. The raza we're laid back, man. We're laid back, man. Don't get it twisted, though. Because there's a couple videos that were circulate trending last week saying somos matadores and don't mess with them and the Mexicans. And, well, I mean, it just depends what environment you're in. Just depends what environment you're in, right? She said, I was laughing, though. I appreciate you, my boy. Ate dirt. That's right, cabron. Much love to the chat. That's right, HCB Chemistry. Big figures, I see you, my boy. I appreciate you, man. What are the plans for the weekend, cabron? It is Friday. What do I got? I'm gonna be at Salinas High tonight. They have my son is performing in the what's it called? The play or the show or something. The Christmas show at Salinas High. So I'm gonna be there from like 6 to 9, just hanging out, man, vibing, See if I see anyone I know. If not, just enjoy the show. Hold on, at the alpha brain. Okay. Something that hit me hard, gente, was I was like, oh man, when Kiawi was on the channel and we were talking about in the beginning, right? I was like, how are you doing, hermano? And going over all the formalities and introductions. See how mi hermano's doing, right? Since the last interview, a month, 2 or 3. And everything's good. And I don't know how we got into it, but we're also talking about like superficial things. Houses and cars and all this other shit. Superficial things, right? And I remember he goes, you know what I really admire, what I really envy? When I see a father and son relationship that's strong. I was like, damn, that right here, some real shit. RS. RS. So, for us dads, we need to slow it down, man. I know Mexicans, we don't really sit down with our kids. We don't really love on them, hug on them. We don't really encourage them, have these conversations. We're kind of, our parents were kind of, the pinche hombres son machos and shit. And they want you to have a big bigote and pantalones and no te rajes but that right there sometimes too causes a little bit of a bridge. So I noticed that when he said that, I was like, damn, man, that father son relationship, that shit is forever, man. And most of the youngsters that I talk to, they know this. Well, they're probably going to hear this on the tablets. Most of the youngsters know that I've talked to them continually about the absence of the father, breaking up the family model is a lot of the reasons why they're in there. Of course, I don't say it directly like that. Of course, I watch my words. Soy inteligente. You know what I mean? I know how to. I'm not going to offend the youngsters. I just said it for YouTube this way. But for them, I would do it in a different setting, right? It'd be a curriculum. It'd be something I'm teaching them. So it'd be a whole lot more correct and grammar, right? Lucky is a good guy. He let me be on his show. Okay, that's right, cabrón. Yeah, so I would like to put Lucky and the hater world together. Even though I think the hater world's like seriously, it comes across my feed when he's going live right in the beginning, and it came across I think yesterday, and he was looking up at the TV, and I forgot if it was his groups or something like that, and I'm like, is this guy like 4 feet tall? And he literally looked like a Teletubby. He literally looks. I'm like, is he a 4 foot tall Teletubby? Because the pants even look like he's wearing. He looked like he's wearing 20 by 28 size pants, like 20 by 28. It's just it looked weird, and I was like, it's kind of like, it is what it is. We don't get to choose that anyways. All right, anyways. Raza always gonna find something to criticize. That's right. So let me get back to that. Before these pendejos go on the internet and start gaslighting and saying, well, the Raza's disrespected by that. Well, first of all, are you even Raza to even speak for it? That should be the first thing. And second of all, why are you initially trying to bring a whole group into something? You should address it first on an individual level, a personal level. I'm going to tell you personally, I'm not speaking for anybody. Individually and personally, I'm going to tell you these are my feelings toward this, what I saw. Instead of coming on here, rally the troops, jump in, you got 1064s. Let's go. Hold on a second. So Kendrick having a popper Mexican culture in his latest music video, it only helps the raza. We got a check. We got a bag. We got some shine. And hopefully we got some residuals. Imagine Dr. Dre. It blows me away, man. Some of these pendejo YouTubers would even come out with, are we getting used by this issue, by this, the homie being in a music video? Is he getting used? Is he da 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 da? Well, if you're talking about Kendrick, that's none of our business. His business is his business. Leave that out of it. First off, but I'll hold. It's just you, cabron. Orale, Jimmy. That's right, my boy. I appreciate you, cabron. Put up 5 Mexican flags. That's what it is on Chicano Street. I appreciate you, cabron. Texas is in the building. Un pinche saludo, my. Yeah, that's right. Orale, gordo. I appreciate you, cabron. I'm right here, man. I'm on the east, in the city. I'm on the east. Tonight I'll be at Salinas High. My son, he's going to have like a performance or something, and I'm going to go trip out on it. And that's it, man. It's going to be a good weekend. And we're going to come back with some new guests next week. Some other guests that I'm scheduling right now. Some great lives. Well, first of all, I think I want to do a fun one. I was thinking about a new idea, right? Something different, man. I hate doing the same shit all the time. I was thinking about a karaoke live. So now I'm going to get a hold of, I don't know, to see who wants to join me. And let's just do a pinche karaoke singing Las Perronas, corridos, homenajes, whatever songs. I'm thinking of doing a show like that and getting my partner from the DJ booth to come over to wire that up. And then, of course, we're going to do the giveaway. So the giveaway is December time. So we're going to do the giveaway for December. So be on the lookout for that thumbnail también, cabrones. And then I'll give you final thoughts right now. I'm just waiting to see what Rasta podcast is going to be saying when they start deporting everyone. HCB chemistry. You want to? Let's go there. Let's go there, cabron, because you started it. Okay. So what's going to be new? The only thing that's going to be new that's happening, they're going to use the same buses. They're going to use the same vans, the same compounds, the same facilities, right? The only thing that's going to be new, in my opinion, is going to be broadcasted more. Do you think in the last 4 years there were no buses or vans ever going anywhere down south? I don't even know if they put cabrones on an airplane. Pops got taken 2-3 times. I do know that, so I have some leg room to stand on, right? I know something about these issues. I can't just say, oh, well, I'm on the outside looking in, looking at YouTube videos, looking at what people's. No, my own dad was taken about 2-3 times. My own cousin did 13 and got shot down there. And he didn't want to go to Cualcoman because he said it's a narco city now. So he's in Jacona, Michoacan. So the only thing new is it will be the same shit. The only thing new is there's going to be enforcement, if that makes sense. Just enforcement. Enforcement of the law. Is enforcement of the law, should that be breaking news? In my opinion, no. The laws are the laws, man. I mean, when people talk about breaking the laws, conozco poquito. Conozco poquito. Chingaderas. It's like saying the Bay has an issue with bikes they use from the Bay, or these 3 guys from the Bay that squabble up video. No pasa nada. No pasa nada, way. And if people want to squabble up as grown men, I think we can set an example for the youngsters and be like, you know what? Let's not take our issues to the internet. Let's just squabble up, handle it, drink a beer, shake hands after. Well, I come in and just say, hey, well, if you want to make a little bit of change on it, we'll put on the series of fighting too. You know? But yeah, that's why I think that needs to come back. Okay. But again, some people I'm not gonna say names, but I see people on the internet saying this should have happened. Immediately when that was said, this should happen. Wait a second though. Wait a second. Do we really want to see melees, people getting off and all this other crazy, crazy shit? Should that really be happening in a civilized world? For one. And even if it is YouTube, not everything has to be in front of the cameras. I'll say that again. Not everything has to be for the cameras or in front of the cameras. That's as far as I'm going to go with that. And the government going to go after our families. Damn, bro, come on. Pinche ACB. You're fucking scaring the raza. ACB. Just in general guideline, we're talking about immigration again, right? Or deportations. In general guidelines, right? General guidelines. Or what do you want to call them? SOPs, standard operating procedures, right? First ones that get hit are the felons. Anyone in custody. Boom, they're gone. Is that anything new? No. The second ones that they look for are the ones that have bounties on their head. Okay, this ain't born in East LA. Let's go to the pinche piñata factory, and 200 motherfuckers are gone. It ain't born in East LA, bro. And you respectfully, I'm not. Hopefully, I don't sound sarcastic, condescending. You already know what's up, man. And the only difference is it's going to be enforced now. So the mask thing, believe me, the mask thing, they're all going to go. They're all going to go. Well, I mean, there ain't that much resources and money for it to happen. That's like a magic one statement. But there's going to be an enforcement where you better believe anyone that shouldn't be here is not going to be here, bro. That's it. But how about we do it justice and talk about all the effects it's having to the communities? No one wants to talk about that, right? No one wants to talk about that. Deporting Brown is wrong, but no one wants to talk about how badly it's impacting the local Brown community. But I'll hold. Livingston tapping in, G. That's right, my boy. Shout out Mikey Chicano Tube. Highly appreciate your channel live. Culo. Chicano, safe journey. Calavera, Estados Unidos, Mexico. That's right. Viva la pinche raza. That's right, my boy. I appreciate you, cabron. Always showing love. Always showing Chicanismo. Always showing Brown. Again, that was Gacho when Kiawi is like, Mikey, a box of crayon, and a picture of the color brown. Is that your skin? Que gacho, man. And what did I tell him? I said, no, I'm mocha brown. I'm café con leche. You know what I mean? And I think maybe once or twice I was able to get enough sun to at least turn medium brown. Okay. But now the internet's gonna be making fun, huh? You're medium brown. You're quarter brown. You're oh man. Bald and no teeth is gacho way. That sounds like Chinatown way. Kendrick gave that mariachi female singer clout, free marching. Who does exactly? See, exactly what I'm talking about. Before they use it for clickbait and be like, is he using the raza? He wasn't even at that video shoot. And then you have 10 Chicano fucking rappers with bald head and lokes talking about it's an issue. It's an issue we have to deal with. That's why no one wants to hire these fucking guys. No one wants these guys to perform anywhere. They're always going to stay in the region because there's an issue. I love mariachi. Yeah, I was thinking about that, huh? No one's done that. So I'll rearrange the studio a little bit, drop a mic from the top. Shit, I'm gonna look like a tonto, right? A clown. I don't have a voice, but I have the rolas, the corridos, I have the music. Shit, you already know how I get down. I don't know how I'm gonna be dressed. I could be dressed at rancho, and I don't know if I'm gonna have someone with me because I don't know if I want to sing every song. Um, and a botella, way. And it's because it's son las fiestas, way. Son las fiestas, way. You know how they do it in the motherland. Hit the like button. I appreciate you, my boy. Gracias, Leo M. That's right. Pinche crazy avatar. What do you got right there? Pinche skull with flames. Oh, so two little pieces I picked up. Let me go ahead and put that comment back. Leo M. Two little pieces I picked up in Mex, like 2 weeks ago. I got another little warrior, and it looked like it was sanded. Like they sand them so it looks white, but you can see that like they were sanded. You know what I mean? The shadows and shit, the little black manchas. It's a warrior with a badass headpiece, and half of his face is a human face, a warrior face, and the other half is a calavera. Damn, that looked bad. So that one was $10. And then another one I got was an ashtray. And the ashtray had like a bunch of calaveras. Well, they look indigenous. They look indigenous because they have feathers and shit like that. And like another kind of like a bone. They look like bone, huh? I wonder if these cabrones are selling shit with real bones over there. It's Mexico. It's different over there, man. It's the motherland. They're probably selling real bones and shit. Saludos en la tira. That's right, Big Al. I appreciate you, cabron. He comes in, Emiliano Zapata, out con las botas. His last name is No Me Rajo. Big Al's last name is Me Sobran Huevos. Viva Mexico, cabrón. That's right. I sing mariachis corridos, cabrón. Down for karaoke, but where you at, bro? Because I'm in Salas. So based on the geographic location, I mean, if you ain't too far, I can help you out with the trip, and you'll hit Chicano Street, bro. You know, of course, we'll just have a conversation over the phone. Just make sure you're on the level way. You know what I mean? Make sure you're on the level way. We'll have a little conversation, but I can even help you with the trip, bro. I'm in Salinas, man. But yeah, I want to do that, man. And if not, if I'm doing it because I put it out there already. And mi palabra es mi palabra. And it'll be fun. I thought about it. Oh, that'd be a fun at least 2 hours, man. We'll go from all of these songs. And I want to try to sing a new song. One of those ones that I put on the soundtrack to my last short, the one where the straight right. Boom. My right hand now is, you thought that was my right 5 years ago. That was and I'm talking about the straight right, not the hook. That was my straight right. Now my straight right is way more of a laser. Way more of a laser noise. That one song by Luis R. Conriquez. I want to sing that one. I put that one on. Of course, it's trending. It's a trending song, but I want to try to sing it, even though it's kind of fast. You know, yo no me veo la gente. All that shit. Never underestimate how wrong we can be. Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. And then never underestimate just our capacity, or how we understand things. We think we're so deep, and we could be the most shallowest when you start getting next to a high IQ motherfucker, right? Like, if I start getting next to Elon Musk, I'm thinking my wordplay is on a certain level, or my ticker's ticking on certain cylinders. Elon Musk smokes me. Shit. You know, Elon Musk is proposing to build these underground tunnels in LA to alleviate traffic. He's proposing it. He's looking to get it permitted, and I think privately funding it, trying to help people. But what are they going to do? The left for the next 4 years are going to throw him under the bus. That's crazy, man. Again, left, right. Hey, it's not crypto bloods to me. You vote for a fucking a sea otter if you want to vote for a sea otter. I could care less. But if you want to keep it real, if you want to talk about Democrats, who have they gone after? Who has gone after the Democrats and has got blasted by them? They've that's a cold group. They blasted people. Ronald Reagan. They blasted Abraham Lincoln. They blasted Uncle Trump. Some say they blasted JFK. But I'll hold. Who's want the land back, but are afraid of. Oh, that's the comment I needed the whole life, cabrón. Chingado. Star that shit, man. 5 fucking star comment right there. No, I'm just kidding, man. It was a good laugh, man. He said these fools want the land. There's ham. What are my thoughts on returning the land? O sea, I don't even know if it's returning the land is the right way to say it, or turning back the clock. Because if you just turn back the clock, I mean, if you're returning the land, you have to come up with some kind of system. Who's it going to? How is all these checks and balances, I guess, happening? But then you know what? That could be my Western mind too. That could be me and my Western civilized mind thinking, no, there needs to be systems. There should just be the people. Well, are afraid of deportation. Oh man, who's here is here already. You know, I think the ventaja to pathway to citizenship should definitely be how much time you have here. Um, Taxes, right? I-10, even though some people could be working under fake socials, but I-10 taxes, how much time you have here without committing any offenses. That should also be taken into consideration too. How much time here do you have without committing any offenses? That should be considered too. And you know what? They could do an amnesty power play. Hasn't been done since Reagan, but they could do an amnesty power play. That's what you do, just legalize them all. Boom, the program's over, and they'd still talk shit about them. It's like talking shit about the person that fucking you're hanging off a cliff, right? You're about to die a la chingada. You're about to go see the Lord Jesus, right? You're about to go see the Lord Jesus. Someone extends their hand and pulls you up. Boom. And then when you get up, talk shit about them. That's not everyone, but that's some people. But anyways, what's up? Dallas, Texas, born and raised, 1415 Del Monte. That's right, my boy. That's right. Okay, you know what's up, man. That's Deep East. You're Deep East. The city hit me up way. They want to do a Christmas in the park. The first time they're gonna do a cluster park. They're gonna do a Christmas in the park next week, not this week. It's gonna go on all weekend. So all weekend long, it's gonna go down in Cluster Park. And since it's Cluster Park, there's gonna be a lot of hoodas. There's gonna be a lot of police, believe me, because it's Cluster Park. It's gonna be right in the heart. Like right, Cluster Park is like the heart of East Salinas. So it's gonna be a good time. They hit me up to DJ that shit, though. That's what I was saying. They hit me up to DJ it. I haven't confirmed yet because man, I've been so busy, but I'll probably be out there at least on Saturday or Sunday next week. You know what I mean? At Cluster Park. Did you pick up stories of? Oh man, the stories. No, the last thing I'm gonna put this out there on the internet. Might as well. Let's put this shit out there. The last thing I heard from stories is that he wants a bare knuckle fight with Paradigm. That's the last thing I heard from stories. He wants the bare knuckle with Paradigm. You guys call it how you want to call it. Me, I'm the promoter. I just want to put a poll out there, maybe see what the people want to see next. I haven't even got to that, man. I've been busy, man. I've been busy, but that's the last time I heard of stories. But he didn't fight with the mask though. He didn't fight with the mask. He fought with paint. I just told him just spar the way you're gonna, fight because you don't want no surprises on fight day, man. What do you think about that straight right, Mile High? Shit, that was 5 years ago. That the right is even fucking straighter now. If it can get any straighter, it's straighter than 5 years ago. I'll tell you that. That shit. And now I'm 180. Back then I was one. That fight I probably was 55, man. I probably was 60. Conrad, I said my that's right. Saluting the heavyweight champ. The heavyweight champ is in the house. He's getting salutes. You got Tommy Thunder Promotions in the casa. That's right. Double tap the screen. I appreciate you. Hit that like button. The double tap, that's TikTok way. I'm just kidding. Actually, I'm not. But you know what I mean. I think on TikTok, it's the when you start like you could do little taps. Like 2 taps does one thing. 3 taps does something like that where you put a hat or something. I don't know. I agree with Risky. Las Posadas. That's right, man. That's right. There's a neighborhood in Salinas. It's actually called La Posada. It's a neighborhood. It's about 40 years old. I don't know all the history of it, but some of the second geners is who I grew up with. Some of the second generation ones, and it's a blue team. It's a blue team neighborhood back from the '80s. It's called La Posada. So around this time, La Posada is cracking. It's cool. Shout out to the youngsters from La Postada. Shout out to all my youngsters, man. Again, at the end of the day, we push unity. We don't push division. That's why we want to come on here before these pendejos make videos. Well, Kendrick disrespected La Raza. Kendrick using. Well, they're going to use this one. Kendrick using La Raza. And think about that analogy that I gave if we would have saw Tiger with a mariachi outfit. Well, first off, you got to be Mexican. Okay, if he's coming off Mexican, then it should only offend who? A Mexican, right? So these other people on the outside looking in is what I have a little chip on my shoulder for. It kind of reminds me of these people that are out of state. Cali this, Cali that, Cali. Ain't nothing going on in your neighborhood. Ain't nothing going on in your state. But I'll hold. Louis R is dope. Yeah, I want to sing that one for sure. I barely found. I mean, of course, I seen it viral for like 2 months, way, but I used it in a short, and I thought about the karaoke before that, and I said, this will be on the playlist. And of course, I'll just put it on the 65-inch screen, and I'll just sing it, man. I'll sing it. You know what I mean? You know what? Maybe we'll do super chat shots too. We'll do super chat shots That way, for sure, I could wake up with a headache, huh? No, JFK, wait. They were saying JFK was an inside job, but that he was going against a Democratic establishment. Go and trip out on the videos. It's all over YouTube. Wait, said he. There's videos of saying the Dems shot him, Lincoln, Reagan, Uncle Trump. It's a trip, man. Some raza is in denial, man. In denial. But we need context to that way. A little bit more. Okay, what are we denying? You know what I mean? But again, what Kiawe was saying, we look at shit through lenses. That's true, man. That's true. It has to be this way because I was told it has to be this way. That's what I question now. But Russ, I don't have an issue with Kendrick. That's right. Whack 100 more so. But I'll to that I the Whack 100, right? He put on a video. I think it was just today, a conversation he had with the Hater World and with Droops. The Hater World, man, they're speaking big boy business. That some people don't need to be involved in some conversations. I understand it's his platform, but you're dealing with an individual like Whack, and you're dealing with an individual like Droops. Their street IQ is like 10 times higher than yours. You just want to be in the conversation. So again, I don't know how much of that is real. I don't even know how much of that is scripted, to be honest. But anyways, if my audio cuts off, just let me know. I think I'm gonna go get a jamba. But I'm in motion now. Still gonna read the comments, cabrones. Don't trip. Nipsey one, that's right, my boy. In order to protect Onantzin, how it was before the colonizer. Oh, that's right. I appreciate you, cabron. I know. You know me. I bring people on the podcast, and man, their opinions, and some of you guys get at me, and I accept the criticism. I accept the criticism that says, Mikey, well, you have these beliefs and you don't really stand on it, or you're not really. No, when I bring guests on the podcast, it's really a short amount of time that we have. That's why sometimes it's hard to even open the phone lines up. Like the guest is never gonna give you all his knowledge in the short amount of time. So let the guest speak. And two, it's freedom of speech, so we don't, we don't. Everyone can have a seat at the table. Remember, I told you about this Chicano professor. The dude blocked me. He commented on my public post that was saying, "Hey, uh, I forgot. It's the one that I used the black Roppy. It was like a month ago, right? It's the one where I'm sitting on the low rider, the Go low rider. Go look at it on my IG page." And he commented on there, and he had an issue, right? Well, because he saw my wife, she had a Trump beanie, and I was like, respectfully, this is Chicano too. Everyone has a voice here as long as you can hold a grown man conversation. If anyone wants to silence your voice, fuck them. And I got blocked. But did I say untruth? I said the truth? Well, my truth. I said my truth. But in general, I mean, what could you disagree with what I said? Gives a shit who you voted for. You could vote for a pinchy moron. Vote for a pinchy un chango. Vote for a fucking sea otter. A fucking vote for a unicorn for all I care. You know? That's gonna be your choice. But anyways, that was a trip, so we don't go that far. Stay away. He blocked me and shit. And I'm like, damn, people get on their feelings, huh? They're shaking after the election. They're shaking. I don't know how I'm gonna live. And then Kemala was hugging her. Kemala was hugging her, and he's like, "You're gonna be fine. It's not gonna happen to you. We are going to win." That was crazy, man. That was crazy, man.
If you do karaoke, are you gonna drop the link or how are you gonna do it? Yeah, I'm gonna. Well, drop the link. I was thinking of setting up the studio so I sing with. That means I just gotta set up the audio so you guys can hear it, right? And I'll just bring the homie from the DJ booth to do that. No problem. Randall will come by, or Steve, someone will come by and they'll do it. They'll set me up with the karaoke, and then I'm singing into it. I just don't know if it's gonna be one or two. I'm not talking about bringing people on the live because, unfortunately, when people come on the live, their audio gets hooked up too. And when their audio gets hooked up, I mean, if it's just mine, it's clean, it's professional, it's gonna go out. If it's everyone else's, you're on a cell phone or you're at Walmart and it's loud, or so that's why I'm not gonna bring people on the live. It's just gonna be a pura pisteadera. Puras pa pistear, man. Puras pa pistear. P Dog in love. That's right, my boy. I appreciate you. HCB and P Love. You know, we can call that the losers, bro. There's winners and there's losers. Which bracket are you in, man? I'm winning. I'm gonna win. And even if it looks like I'm not gonna win, a lot of mentors, really close mentors of mine, they changed my mindset. A long time ago, they changed my mindset. Literally, I'm in my office, I'm looking in that mirror. I'm the most confident, I'm the most this, I'm the most that, and my mindset's all changed. And everything positive is gonna happen. Why? Because all the boulders already fucking fell on me. It can't get worse than being in those kind of situations. We'll tell the whole story when we get our 15 minutes. That's when we're gonna tell the whole story. And we'll start doing a little podcast tour and all that. Pull up to the Jamba right now. Got thirsty. Stories. Saludos, ACV. Gotta go back to study. That's right, my boy. Speaking of that, I feel you now. I got some books in my future coming up, but we'll talk about it when it's all done. You gotta shut everything down for like 60 days and hit some books, but it's all good. Saludos, everyone. The homie Hangout, the official lawyer of the YouTube Yarda, filing motions, filing habeas corpuses, hitting the Circuit 9 appellate court. He could explain it to you and tell it to you. You know what I was trying to Raskizi, shout out to you. Did I tell you P. Hernandez called me when I was at the fight, at the Paradigm fight, right? So me and shout out to one of my security, he stayed in the hotel. We took a little break, we're in the side, chilling, talking on the bench. Just having a moment right there. We're about 2 minutes from the gym. It was so convenient, man. It was good shit, man. It was a good experience. P. Hernandez called me, Raskizi, and he's like, oh man, he's trying to tell me to join the GOP, right? And I don't know too much about politics, right? P. Hernandez, before a congressman, was the RNHA parliamentarian. And after that, I remember in my phone at the hotel, I was nerding out a little bit. I said, let me look it up. I found out, state level, all the tiers, and then national level. So I started looking at the Cal GOP would be under the national GOP. And then even under that, Cal GOP would be chapters. And I'm not saying GOP just because or whatever, trying to persuade people. I could easily say fucking what is it? DNC or whatever. It don't matter. I'm just using it as an example. And I'm like, man, there's a lot of levels. He said he can make me he'll make me an associate delegate in the Cal GOP. He says I don't gotta vote, but I'll be able to get host events and speaking and you know what it is. It's really just they're trying to expand, right? I mean, you don't want to get someone under your wing that's not going to really uh, that's not going to help you expand because everything's a movement, everything's a mission, and they want everyone to be in lockstep. You know what I mean? But he hit me up, and the funny thing is, when I got off the phone with him, I told the homie security guard, "Hey, I'm trying to get pulled into politics, man. They want to pull me." And he told me something funny, man. He goes, "Yep, just like prison, huh?" How's it going? Oh, man, hit me with that large PB and banana protein. All right. Like soy or with hit me with whey and then extra whey. Extra whey. Gotta have extra whey. And then that's a wrap. Yeah.
Can I get a number? Hold on. All right. 9.99. Are you out of your mind? That's good. That's good. They were at 12, I think, like a month or 2 or 3 ago. Yeah, yeah. I've been wanting coming here forever. I appreciate you, boss. Thank you much. Mikey says, "Good look." I could sell a fight way. I could sell a fight. You know what I'll do? Um, you know what I'll do? Maybe a bare knuckle. Maybe a bare knuckle, man. Maybe people really, maybe they don't want to see long 5 rounds anymore, and people want to see short fights. Maybe that's more entertaining, and then they can just replay it, replay it, replay it. You know, what I mean? As many times as you want, and see someone spit out their teeth. So we could always add an X factor, right? How about we just put glue and shards of glass on their knuckles? No, I'm just kidding. And Carlos, gotcha. But hey, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I'm just here to promote the shit. Congrats on the Mile High. You show quota, discipline, and preparation. Well, that's game recognizing game right there, way. Straight up. Colors come on. You don't need that vato in here. That's good. It's true colors come on. Orale, güero leader. Well, I appreciate you. I respect you. You already know that, cabron. You're a day oneer. Day zero, man. Day negative. Easy E was that vato who loved our people and put Raza on his label first. And I'm gonna let you tell it because you're from over there, cabron. Did you ever see him? Did you ever know? Are you his age? I believe if he was alive, how old would he be right now? 50, right? He's in the generation above me. He's in the generation above me. He was born like in the 70s, early 70s. When Big Boy did the Vicente Fernandez with the mariachi outfit, that was respecting La Raza. Damn, I want to see the video. A lot of it is energy, man. It's fucking energy. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, it's that, and then also basing it on the Mexicano experience. If you grew up Mexicano, is based on the Mexican experience. You know what I mean? How would the raza look at this? I don't think how would I would. How would la raza in general? You want to speak for the people, then include the people. Don't say, well, I speak for the people, and then you exclude the people. Go on the fucking street, grab a mic, and interview 20 cabrones. Oh, I appreciate you. Thank you much, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. They know me so good. He just came outside. He gave it to me. I was like, let me go see if the order's up. They know what's up, man. The Jamba, shout out to the Jamba Juice on the south side. See, even Daniel Ortiz, you got ideas, cabron. I got ideas too, man. What do the people want to see? I hate doing regurgitating and just doing the same thing, same thing. Maybe we'll do MMA. Maybe we'll do MMA. The bare knuckle thing, calmase, gente. Okay, just because they put the word bare knuckle into it, it's supposed to add some kind of shock factor or just danger factor. Bare knuckle is all we fought when we were kids. Oh man, that's funny. Bare knuckle. I'm afraid. Yeah, but don't get it twisted too. You will get your whole teeth cracked out. You will get your nose will be shaped like a pea trap under a sink. Okay, if the dude catches you and knows how to hit hard enough, so it will do damage. But yeah, someone did a bare knuckle fight, and the next night they went on Lucky's podcast. The dude looked like he got jumped by 10 dudes. Mm. Oh, no, that's all respect to him. He stepped in there. Don't even think I'm disrespecting or clowning him. Hell no. He pulled up. Shit, he handled his business. God. Ultimate respect. Ultimate respect. Let L let L beat the brakes off of Gunner. Well, that fight, Patricia, I would immediately put together. If I already got one in the stable, now I've already talked to L, and he's told me like this, Mikey, look, unless you're coming at me about this fight, don't come at me at all about fights. I only have one person in my mind that I would book the flight, get ready for, and absolutely pummel him. Pummel. Those were his words. You remember he tapped in when I was coming back from Fresno. I was live. I think it was a Saturday afternoon. He said he would pummel him, and I really think. But you know what might be kind of crazy is because he's fighting con a lot of coraje. You know what I mean? He's fighting what El would be fighting with a lot of coraje, right? Because of all the shit that was done, right? Um, I just hope that he doesn't have boxing gloves on, and then all of a sudden I can't control him, and he does a flying knee. You know, and he does a flying knee. Opens it up like Jorge Masvidal versus Ben Askren, and then what am I gonna do? I mean, the rules were it was a boxing fight, so on that one, on the contract, it'd be a different contract. I'm just gonna state in the contract, it's a fight. That means I don't know. It's mutual combat. I don't know. I'll state it like that. That way, and it's better for the fighter too. That way he knows I won't hold it against him. It's a general term. That means if someone field goals someone, like on the ground, boom, and all of a sudden the patada goes straight to the face. Well, the agreement said it was mutual combat. So, damn, what's the name of the Japanese MMA organization? The Japanese one, the one that everyone fought at, Fedor, Nick Diaz. What's the name of it? Pride? Is it Pride? I can't remember, but they would do that, and then they made rules again. The soccer kicks. You couldn't do a soccer kick. If the dude's on the ground, boom, soccer kick, and he wakes up next week. Easy E put Toker. Now I do have a rollout from Toker. It was a bad one because it was like a Zapp and Roger beat, you know. And of course I know my DJ board. So I have a rollout from Toker Brownside, and it's a bad one. It's probably, if you heard it, if I remember the title of it, you'll probably say it's one of the top bangers. But anyways, and Kid Frost, Kid Frost. I mean, they knock him. People are gonna talk shit anyways. Especially if you're a public figure, they knock Kid Frost because he doesn't have a neighborhood. Well, he just was. He was a little bit more conscious of it. Let's just say that he wasn't one of us that we just wanted to join, or some of us were gullible, and just because the fellas did it, we did it. Let's keep that a buck. No, he was one of those ones that seen it on the calles, but maybe saw how his parents, because his brothers went down that path, maybe he saw the coraje that his parents had because of that and the suffering they did and the heartaches and hardships. And he just said, I'm trying to go to school, man. For us to think that's weak is a reprobate mind, reprobate mentality. Just like West Coast Graffiti said. He said, you did 10 years and you want me to respect you. Fall into your little pinchy rules. You're the fucking alpha. You're the leader. You're supposed to be a chingon. What about my 10 years working at nights to protect and take care of my family to make sure they always had a roof and food? You don't want to respect me, but demand that I respect you? I got to say that's not right. That's not right. That's backward. But again, it's California. YouTube yada. Slap matches, bro. Well, that's how we train. People want to see that again. They people want to see slap boxing again because remember slap boxing early 90s we slap boxed. We slap boxed. Was gacho is that we put our pinche even kids against each other, man. That's gacho, man. That was straight like that was some of the most messed up thing we could have did is put our kids like roosters, man, against each other. That it was what it was, man. Kendrick Lamar, baby mama, is Mexican. Again, if Kendrick had any issues, that would be his business.
That wouldn't be Raza business. And when people want to, I want to see the whole thing in context because a lot of it is energy. The only thing I saw when I saw that video, and again, there were narrative videos with narrative. So they're already starting to plant that narrative that, oh, okay, he wasn't even at the shoot. He's just using the Raza. Next thing you know, you're gonna have these bald head loc rappers making an issue. And I'm like, all I saw was a badass Chicano breakdancing, a lowrider, an entourage. I hope they all got paid and residuals because if you're in a top fucking 3 hot Billboard rappers video, the numbers are going to be amazing. You know, when someone is hot, you can't expect they're number one. Not like Lefty Gunplay. I mean, all due respect, but 800 copies of the album. I mean, some people are just internet stars, and that's as good as it gets. I mean, like LA Icon, he put out the bars, right? He put bars, he put out impact, whatever. He rated all of them, right? To me, rap, Lefty Gunplay would be like a 6.5. Minimum 6 is at least if you could put a bar together, that means at least you're rhyming. But then after that, on top of the 6 would be skill. I think GB would run laps around him. Actually, I have a little homie in Salinas. His name is Chugs the Loc. He would run laps around Lefty Gunplay. And he's coming up. But I'll hold. Anthony Reese. That's right, my boy. That's right. He's another day oneer. I think he's an 831 or 2. People are hypersensitive. Well, just remember it's media, so you do got to have something to talk about. Okay, so let's keep that a buck. You know, that's why I said I didn't even have content for today, lunch break. And then I opened my DMs because I could always go to the DM and you cabrones give me something because you want me to talk about it or something like that. Or, I got a little beef with the guy or whatever, man. And we're talking about before they get to, there's an issue there. The Raza has no issue with business and getting exposure and good looking out. That comes from the heart of La Raza, the community. You want to create your issues on some gang shit, or because there's separation, or how with you, the separation is with you or whoever you're with. Leave the general Raza out of it. Don't include us in that. Patricia Walker, she's like shaking. She's like, damn. If it was a flying knee, Patricia, I don't even know how I'd be able to stop it. Boom, he does a flying knee, and boom, he falls in the corner. Or what if all of a sudden then he does a flying knee, and then all of a sudden he's trying to take his gloves off, and some bare knuckle shit happens, and hey, calm down, and I mean we cut, I mean that would be in the unreleased footage, We ain't gonna help prosecute a man. I mean, come on, we don't do that, No telling over here. And that whole issue that they had with, are they telling? You can tell on this. See, that's why you gotta have Droops. See, no one else on that couch figured it out but Droops. Droops was like, but wait a second. Their experience is coming from individuals who were on a 50-50. Boom. That's why you have men that can solve issues. They don't look at the problem only. They don't look to create more problem, or they don't make the problem unsolvable and bigger than what it is. Grown man shit, high street IQs, we reached an agreement. Figured it out. Yeah, it was Gacho. He said, they look like us, but they're not us. Oh, man. Droops is funny, man. I guess he's going to start doing parody videos. So, to do parody videos, you got to, the acting thing. The acting has to be there. So, hopefully it looks, acting. O sea, acting looks natural, Don't make it look like, oh, it's just a homie, but he's trying to learn how to. Because then it's going to be like, it looks like we're trying when it should look natural, You do have a point. Yeah, I mean, I won't be able to stop them if they just went past the limit. Like he was just, because the last time I heard El on the live, he was talking about he was mad because an address got leaked and other things. And I'm like, YouTube is wild, man. YouTube is wild, man. Again, you really just get the energy you put out, anyways. I don't put out. I'm not a tough guy. I'm nobody. I don't control nobody. I'm not under nobody. I'm nothing, man. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I'm an uncle. That's it. That's all I want to be known as. Anyways, Easy has derogatory lyrics about Mexicans in a couple songs. Kendrick doesn't. Damn. Is that true? Wow. I didn't. I got to look that up. Again, they're coming from a time where it was funkier than now. So whatever they're talking about on the internet now, relations. I mean, these aren't the funkiest years. So I can get it. It just I never saw it here, man. We had the 372s. It was nothing but love. Matter of fact, we went to go see the movie Friday when it debuted at the movie theater. Friday, 93, 94. Went to go see it with the 372s. Half of them were 372s, half of them were us. Um, but again, it's just like it was only like two families in the whole city, so there wasn't a lot. Again, it's a Raza city predominantly, so I don't know about that. I first saw about that like in the movie Menace to Society. Remember they dropped them off in the Mexican barrio. That's when okay. Then I heard what he said, and obviously I understood, right? No soy pendejo. I know what he said, derogatory term, and so that's when I'm like, they fight. And it was never my experience, man. Never, not at all. Pride. Oh, that's right, Pride. Yeah, that's right. The soccer kicks. So what if boom, me soccer kicks him, and then telling me, Mikey, I had to. It's like, again, that's whole. So it's just because I'm thinking ahead, right? Like he would probably, man. He's saying that he really would like to run, give him some get back. If you want to know where all that comes from, you go to Chemo's Flicks. Chemo in the comment section. You came up with a second channel, way. I just wanted to know, um, was that your channel? I'm not sub to it, but I want to sub to it. I seen you pushing a channel, or is that just uh, a good channel? Because I seen there were your premieres, way, but it was on that channel. That's why I want to ask, is that your channel and shit? Because you're my favorite on YouTube, way. I go to Chemo's Flicks as soon as I jump on the YouTube Yarda right away. That's fine. There's a lowrider on that Mars video. After years. Yeah, but again, we're not going to argue about who does low riding belong to. I mean, that could even be something that Gente would want to debate. Who does low riding belong to? The Africano community. My question would be, does that belong to the Mexicans or not? Was it the essays or wasn't it? That came up with hydraulics, came up with drilling in the frames and everything. That's everything, right? So yeah, we're not gonna go down that road and shit and see. Oh man, that's just picking shit, huh? All right, you guys. I'm gonna let you guys go live on Chicano Tube, live on Chicano Street. Oh, hold on. I seen Chemo in the comment section. Hold on. You guys with that sugar crystal stuff that comes with the ham? It looks kind of nasty. Yeah, bro. It's azúcar, way. It's azúcar, but I say also put una lata de cherries, enteras, and of course they come with their own, jugo, and then also put uh chunky pineapple chunks, or they could be the ones that are crushed or chunky, whatever. It doesn't matter. Put them in there, boom, and thank me later. But I do. You know what? The wifey didn't last time. Now that I remember about it, yeah, she left the pack out. Maybe it's because she thought it was already too naturally sugary, and she left it out. And I just remembered. That's me, Frog from Colors when I get straight. Orale, boom. There's clarification right there. So, gente, do me a favor, please. On the backup channel, we got to have these backup channels. I made one. It's called Chicano Street. Okay. I made it already. I sent off for the trademark. The designer, I put up an informal logo, but the designer's going to get a badass one. And I'll put that up in the link. These backup pages are good because you seen with me and Norby's 2-3 weeks ago, we're into some shit. Um,
And I mentioned a president that aventó más gente than anybody in his 2 terms. Anybody. He's beat everyone's record times five. Times five. When I mentioned his name, boom, the stream got struck. And that's what makes me think, okay, these cabrones want to do a one and done with me because they'll shadow you. They'll shadow you. If they want to do a one and done, we got Chicano Street. And I'll post that link again now that I remember. But I'm going to do that right now. Okay, Kimo? I appreciate you, cabron. No arguing, just lowrider. Yeah, lowriding is a culture, right? It was funny. I used to watch Kev Mac videos, right? I still do. I'm subscribed. He was the first or second channel that I ever subscribed to on YouTube. First one I think was Big Herc, and the next one was Kev Mac videos. This is like 2019 or something like that. Anyways, these guys were arguing on Kev Mac videos. It was Samson, right? He's one of the founders of Avalon Gardens or something like that, right? He was arguing with another OG. These are OGs, and I'm talking about founders, like like they were there when the shit's like founders, okay? Or a founder, which is they were in the group, okay? When we said La Primera lives and that's it, right? One guy, Samson, he told the one guy, "You weren't a gangbanger. You were nothing but a lowrider." Oh man, it's crazy, man. He said you were nothing but a lowrider. That's why I love Kev Mac videos. If you didn't know, I was on Kev Mac live streams like 2 years ago. That was one of my accomplishments on YouTube. I mean having the mayor of the city come and he's gonna come back again. I'm just retire from this shit, and to me, I'm satisfied. All right, you guys, I'm gonna let you guys go live on Chicano Street. Last comments. Okay, so you can. There's the avatar, gente. So let me just hold on another minute or two. We got 40 something, at least 40 something subs to jump up right now. I'm gonna hold on another second because it's very easy. All you got to do is hit the avatar. That's right there. There's Frog from 2-1 with the Charlie Brown. I mean, with the Cascade. Hit his avatar and then subscribe over there. Do me a favor. When I say favorite channel on YouTube, I'm not joking, man. And then, Kimo, I forgot your email, bro. I remember it was like I screenshot it, but I must have deleted it because I know it said like agitator or something. And I was looking for it when I was in Mex, bro, last time, because I was gonna tell you about a video that I'm thinking, let's pick the nominees, and then in between the nominees, all you got to do is give me like a minute in between a gap, no air, that way, and then I'll upload it to my editing board. You know what I mean? We'll pick 4 or 5. Let's just do one category, man. 4 or 5 best of the year, 1 minute gap in between, and then that way I can do an intro and 1 minute in between, introduce each video. But I was just gonna email you on the selection, but man, we might have to do like 8, huh? This was a good year on the YouTube Yarda. All right, live on Chicano Street, you guys. I gotta go. I gotta go. Remember what I always say? Hit that like. Hit Frog from 2-1, who's hermanito scared. He's not scared of time. He's scared of what Frog's gonna do to him. Hit Frog and hit the backup channel. Run those numbers up. And if you're listening on the podcast, run those numbers up. I'm out, you guys. Remember what I always say? In the end, all you got is the memories.